I hate the taste.
The sacrum is or hippo, and the sacrum is kind of in the middle. You can't feel, when you palpate, you can't feel the difference, because it all kind of looks one. So we're having this bone, we're having the thigh bone. So the hip bone is really the top one. This is the hip bone. And actually it's kind of really high.
So tell me, what are you doing?
Is that your hip bone you're trying to, you know, it's like here. I would have sit bone, that's just sit bone. Here, anywhere.
So that's kind of, it's still in the feet, but it's the biggest one. Yeah? Good. The one in between the two hips. So if this is the hip, left and right, so that's in here. Can you feel this bit in here? Yeah, it's actually on top, this one, and the sacrum is in between. But it feels like one big bone. But you have left, right, and the center. So the sacrum is in the center. Sacrum. Yeah.
I would have to guess. So think about your abdominal and to these ones. That's your abdomen. Yeah.
Why are you 12? They're 12 feet.
Which one is this one? I love this game.
Jurassic Park? What is it? Jurassic Park. So straight your spine. Really? Yes, it's confusing. Yes.
Viskas va čia. O ne, prieki negalima.
It's actually cut the group, you have to take your stuff away. Yeah?
It's on camera.
So I know, well, you should know.
Did it.
Okay, let's start with that part of the body. It's called the skull, generally. And the skull has two areas of bone. The one around the brain, they called the cranium. Cranium is like container for the bone. And the one in front, that we'll call just generally facial bone. Where's the facial bone? No, we didn't have one?
No, it was just skull and cranium.
Okay, so this is the skull, this is it. Now here we have the upper jaw that doesn't move. You see that only the one that only moves is the lower jaw. Yeah? And then the upper jaw. Good. So actually we finish all around the head. We wouldn't learn a lot of these names because it doesn't really, what for? They're not moving, there is not anything there kind of interesting. Should we go into the spine? Let's turn and go into the spine. The spine has really really kind of 5 areas. It starts with the neck, and neck is long and thin. So it's in Latin called also cervical, or cervical spine. Yeah? So this is the neck, and this is the cervical, both similar name. Then we have the upper back. Upper back, called also the thoracic spine. Now, what's the difference between the neck and the upper back? And the ribs, yes. So the upper back, each vertebra has 2 ribs attached to. So if you want to know where exactly the upper back starts, just go on the rib 1 and go backward. And this is the vertebra that is the top of the thoracic, and this is the lower of the cervical or the neck. Yeah, good. So you go. How many ribs do we have?
12.
12 pairs. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good. So this is here the last vertebra, the last rib, and it will be rib 12. Yeah? Good. Rib 12 and rib 12. Okay. So we did the upper neck, the neck, thoracic spine, and then the lower one, how does it call? Lumbar. Lower back, the lumbar back. Yeah, lumbar back. And the lumbar back would not have ribs attached to. So this is attached. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So five lumbar vertebra. And below that, there is still on the spine, but one big triangular shape bone, and that's the sacrum. Sacrum, imagine that you have all the weight of the spine going, and here you have the weight from the lower limb. So you can imagine that this is quite central and needs to be strong in here to allow this all movement. You know, you're running, you have all the weight of the torso coming onto the spine. Well, the skull, head, everything here. Yeah. But below the sacrum, we have a remnant of the tail, and that's called the coccyx. Yeah. That's called the coccyx. Now we're finishing the spine. Let's go forward. We're almost finished. We're having these bones. Yes. They call the collarbone. Okay. If you want to feel them really, can you move the shoulder? And can you see how it goes up and down? Yeah? Kind of rotate. Good. And in front, we have the chest bone. Yeah? That's in here. Now, what do you think the function of the chest bone here?
Protect.
Yeah? Good. Protect the heart, the lungs, the ribs, the lungs. Yeah? And we're having here the ribs. Good. Fantastic. We finish really the main part of the body. Yeah. Oh, we have here spinal disc. The disc is the sponginess, softish bits in between the 2 vertebrae. Imagine that you have 2 vertebrae, like bone to bone. You want to move, you hear like the grinding sound. Not very nice, right? You need to do some sponginess around there, right? So that's the spinal disc, short absorption and allowing movement. Okay, let's move on to the upper limb. We're having the shoulder blade. Yeah. Can I ask you actually to get into pairs? Yeah. Do it something really nice. Yeah. And then, can I use you, Kate? Yeah. Yeah. And what I want you now is to shrug your shoulder up, and I want you to go and down, and forward, good, and backward. And I want you to feel the shoulder blade there, and remember it's like a triangle. Yeah? Go and feel it and move it up and down. Even lift your hands up like that, all the way, and then down. So I want you really to feel that you actually can feel the movement there. Okay? And then swap. Whoever doesn't feel. So to palpate, put all your palm, yeah guys, to palpate all your palm on the back. Yeah? More like that. Yeah? Just like that. Yeah? And the hands move it up and down. Yeah? You've got it.
It's so warm. Yes. When I don't eat,
Good change.
I don't actually look at your skin. I just
Do you feel? Cool. The arm bone, and then we have two forearm bones. Yeah, we having the one outside and the one inside. No names today, okay? Wrist. That's the wrist. This area. Do you see? There are some rings of wrinkles there.
Yes.
That's where you have very small bones there. Very tiny small bones. They called cubical bone or short bones. Yeah? And then you have on the palm, this area is the wrist and this area is the palm, and these are the fingers. Yeah? Lots of very small bones there, just in the fingers. How many bones you have in one hand? Well, let's count them. In fingers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Isn't it 15? No, 14. 14. Yes, I missed 10. Okay, 14, yeah? So in each one, 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, only on the fingers. So imagine in two hands, so 28, and in the toes, right? See, it's coming to be, 56? 56 just on the fingers and the toes. Yeah? Good. We finish here, and then we're going on to the lower body. We're having here the hip bone. Yeah? How can you feel the hip bone? Where can you feel it? Yeah. Here on top. Yeah? You feel those. Basically, what you're feeling is that crest. Now, why can't you feel here?
Because there's
Muscles. So sometimes you can't feel the bones, not because they're not there. It's just you have to kind of imagine what's underneath there. Yeah? And it's covered with muscles. And you can't go in because you can't go in. Good. Sit bones, they are these bones. And then the thigh bone is in here. The kneecap. Kneecap is this kind of very small rounded bone. And then we're having the shin bone, which is the biggest one. And then we're having the heel bone on the back. And feet bones and toes. Fantastic. Thigh bone, yeah. Yeah. Or the femur. The shin bone is the medial side, not outside, the medial side in here. You want to feel, it's very superficial. Yeah? It's very superficial. If you bump into something, don't bump there. That would be called, that's actually the leg. There are muscles there. It's not... Good. So you will have very few of these in the homework. The homework is going to be very easy, and you have the video. So if you don't know anything, go into the video, and it will just give you another reason to look into it. Okay? Can I ask you now, go back, and then one person would call aloud the name of a bone, and the others have to find it and try to get it out. So that would be another revision for you to learn. Okay? Give it a try.